Okay, we're on. I've not actually got my bolster out, seeing as we weren't going to be doing yin, but I can make do with a cushion and a block. So laying back to begin. Tailbone is tucked under long towards your heels. Hi Pauline, we've just had a quick vote of what class people wanted tonight and yin won, so we're doing a yin. Okay. And relax the best you can, the best to your ability. Start by relaxing the things that are really easy. Your eyes, close. Unclench your jaw. Softening the palms of your hands so your fingertips just feel lightly curling in. Soften across the surface of your skin. And then let your skeleton be a little heavier in your body. Feel a general movement toward the earth, toward the support you have beneath your body, your block, your bolster, whatever you're using, and then dropping beyond that, feeling your weight moving closer to the earth. We're going to use an in, and then out breathing technique, which helps pull us more quickly into releasing tension and a place of relaxation. So inhale, pause your inhale so you feel reasonably full with your breath, and then sniff a bit more air in. Exhale through your mouth till you're empty. Breathe in the nose. Pause the breath. Try breathe a bit more air in. Out the mouth. Relaxing everything, dropping your weight, softening your skin. One more. In the nose. And then in a bit more. Exhale. Breathe normally. Still with your eyes relaxed, your jaw, your hands, your skin, everything that holds your skeleton. And just notice maybe that breath has shed an extra layer of tension. Bring your knees in together. And then come up, move your block or bolster off to the side and lay back down again. Arms overhead, and we'll do a minute each side of banana stretch. Step your feet to the right side of the mat. Head and shoulders to the right side of the mat. Clasp your left wrist and cross your left ankle on top. Then just make a little adjustment, trying to even your head between your arms, to try and get both left hip and left buttock, left hip and left shoulder heavily to the ground, because if we don't do that, they'll try and curl off the ground, so you're more lying on your side. So let those left sides, the long side, stay grounded. Now, even you're not doing now the 2 inhales and the 1 exhale, you're just continuing to breathe through your nose, but feel how the breath out through your nose gives that same sense of shedding a layer of resistance. shedding particularly from your left side, but also notice any tension in your face, in the soles of your feet perhaps. Relax. Okay, and then undo that side. Just pause in the middle for a moment where you feel symmetrical. And notice the life in your left side compared to the life in your right side, and see which feels more prominent. Go to the other side, feet head and shoulders toward the left side of your mat, clasp hold of your right wrist, cross your right ankle on top if you can. And then even your head between your arms, let the back of your head be on the floor, right shoulder, right hip, heavy. Breathe into the space between your right shoulder and your right hip, so the right ribs open. And then again, not changing your breath, but just adding to your breath that feeling of release that you had when you did that long exhale through your mouth. So we don't need to do that style of breath, but we can still latch onto one of the benefits of it, to release. And then come back into center again. Release your arms down. Get yourself reasonably symmetrical and relax. And now notice which side of your body feels more lively. Not that you're having to move it to be lively, but that there is movement within the life of that side of the body. Bend your legs, feet flat to the floor. Move your bottom slightly to the right, take your knees to the left. You can put something between your knees if you want to. I like to, but it's entirely up to you. Hold the knees down if you can reach them, and right arm out to the side, back of your head on the floor. In this twist, open out your shoulder, your chest. If your right arm as it opens needs support, you can just pull your block or bolster underneath your arm so it doesn't have to hang in the air. Give it some support. Or if you're near a sofa, you can let your arm rest on a sofa or a wall. Our props don't have to be the marketed yoga props. Our props can be anything we've got lying around the house that serves as support. Now when you exhale, let the exhale continue all the way to your belly emptying, where you feel softness between your ribs and your pelvis. Your abdominal space relaxes and drops in without you pulling with the muscles, but just by relaxing your exhale. See if you can breathe more into the upper lobe of your lungs. So if you're like me and you've got your right arm open, the right lung is slightly higher than your left lung, unless you've managed to get your back completely flat to the floor. And as you breathe into the right, more open lung, exhale from that space so that the exhalation carries away any resistance around the right lung into your right shoulder, into your right armpit, your right upper arm. Feel it all relaxing and releasing tension, releasing blockage, freeing up this space, getting energy to move in this space. Let there be a little linger at the end of your exhale where you're in emptiness. And then bring your arm back round, lift your top knee and just kind of swivel your way back onto your back again and pause there. And relax. Just noticing again any difference from one side of your body to the other. And let's go to the other side. Bottom goes to the left, your knees go to the right. Left arm opens. Apply all the same principles you had on the first side to your second side. Breathing into the uppermost lung. Exhaling to relax that shoulder and keep exhaling right to the emptiness of your exhale while your abdomen softens in. The muscles between your ribs and your pelvis soften and the twist might get deeper. Not because our muscles are pulling us deeper, but because we relax any resistance, we relax the trying, we relax being engaged. And again, make your way back to centre. Even your body. Take a moment just to observe. Watch the shifting changes within you. And we're coming up to sitting. Take one leg out wide and bring the other heel to your bottom. That leg can be as wide as is comfortable, but somewhere around about 45 degrees out to the side is a good angle. But if you want to take it wider, do. If it needs to be a bit further forwards, that's fine as well. I've only put the cushion underneath just because I find it quite hard on my heel on the floor. And then you can have your bolster or your block in front, and we're just going to do a forward bend straight forwards into the gap between your parallel outward turned thigh bones. Feel like your hips are trying to fall back toward the floor, just very slightly, like the skin on the back of your pelvis, kind of from your lower back down to the back of the pelvis, down to your sit bones. The skin across this area feels like a waterfall, just trickling down the back of the pelvis. So there's the slight nudge of your sit bones toward the floor, and it is the slightest, like just a few single figures % of effort in doing that rather than double figures effort. So that you can just feel that gravitational pull as you bend forwards so we don't lose the pelvis completely. It's a great way to open out the back of the pelvis. Okay, you make your way up. We're going to keep the legs like that just for a moment and just do a short side bend. Put your block on the outside of your straight leg and either lean your hand into it, or if you can, get down onto your forearm. Take your other arm up and over. And if you don't need the block and you can go down to the floor without having to lean forwards, then go down onto the floor instead. And then take your arm over. Feel you maybe get to, I don't know, about 80%. 85% of how far you can go, and then instead of going further over with your arm, drop the skin on the side of your body down into the hip, so that the side of the pelvis you're reaching away from drops toward the ground. Same thing, like a waterfall down your side into the hip, and the outer hip dropping toward the floor. Feel the skin like it's being pulled toward the ground. And again, it's single figures effort because You're just basically letting go. You're not really having to try to do anything other than let go. Let go of that side of the pelvis. Good, and then we come up. Pop your fingertips on the floor behind and open up your chest. Maybe look up a little. And then come to centre. And switch the legs over. You can use your hands to help bring the leg in, seeing as it's been there a while. And then we go with the same thing on the other side.
If the knee bends up a little, it's fine. And if the bent leg, the one out to the one with the heel to pubic bone, if that leg lifts, it's fine. You just go where you can go to, where you feel you're hitting the edge of your resistance, your capacity of maximum, whilst being able to hold it comfortably, uncomfortably. We might decide to go in a little deeper. You decide that when you feel ready. And then that little waterfall from your lower back down the back of this pelvis. Just so that the skin feels like it's dropping down away from your forward bend. And then make your way up.
Keeping the legs in the same position. Pop the block to the side if you're using it. Side bend. Go just shy of your maximum reach. And then get the extra to go to your maximum by dropping down into the hip. Dropping into the hip of the bent leg, the one you're reaching away from. Breathe into that space to help the hip descend and the ribs ascend. And then all the way back up. Okay, so we'll lie down in Sphinx on our tummy. that just in Sphinx on your forearms. Giving your abdomen time to lengthen. Giving the deep postural muscles time to soften and come into this new shape. And then if it starts to feel all right and you actually could go a little further, prop your forearms up onto your bolster or your blocks. Just lightly active through pressing down through the shoulders so that we keep the neck reasonably long. We don't want our shoulders to be touching our ears. But at the same time, you can really relax your spine. And if you come higher, but then you feel, oh, I can get that high, but it's pulling in my back a little bit, then put something underneath your abdomen so that there's a little support underneath. Like you can pull your bolster in closer so that it touches your ribs, then it just stops your ribs from hanging too low. So then you get the height without the collapse. And then if for the final minute you want to come higher still, you can place your hands to the floor and straighten your arms. This now goes from Sphinx to Seal. Think of a seal lying on a beach. Its body down on the ground, but then lifting its head up curiously, looking around. And then make your way back down and push into a child's pose just to counter stretch from there. If you want a deeper child's pose, put your hands on your bolster or block so the arms are a bit higher. Come up to a kneeling position, put your fingertips onto the floor behind and stretch your chest open again, look up. And then look forwards. Finally, bring the block or bolster underneath your pelvis and come down onto your back. Pulling that underneath so that it's supporting the back of your hips. We want to be at a height where we're able to straighten our legs out. So decide how high you need to be, make sure you're level, left and right, and then let's extend out the legs. And then maybe you extend your arms out to the side, or maybe they go overhead. This is one of my favourite poses to elongate the exhale and drop into the empty space of no breath. At the same time, what I really like to do is feel my whole abdominal space, particularly going down into the hip flexors, release as if it drops into forming a cave. So I exhale, exhale, exhale to a comfortable emptiness, not forcing or feeling strain, and then just pausing as long as feels nice before inhaling again. It's usually just a few seconds. So you could play with that, see if that feels nice for you. Then you notice how much your belly rises when you inhale. The contrast between your inhale and exhale and the work that the diaphragm is doing, pressing down on the abdominal organs as you inhale so they expand, or they get pushed outwards. And then when the diaphragm draws back up again with the exhale, there's all this space for your abdominal organs to drop into, creating that feeling of hollowness, emptiness. All that movement starts to massage your muscles, your organs, and creates more lubrication rather than stickiness between everything in that space. And the legs bend in, feet flat to the floor. Taking your time, pushing the bolster down behind the back of your knees. Maybe putting your feet on it, gently pressing into that so you can get your lower back now to settle to the floor. Trying to scoop your buttocks and your tailbone towards your heels. And then when you're ready, lying down in Shavasana, relaxing everything. Now just be in that nice melange of feelings that you get from your yin. From the yin poses, from the yin breathing, from the yin energy. Let it all settle in. Maximum absorption. And how do we absorb it? Effortlessness, openness, and surrendering to what it is you feel, and let it move. So even if there's discomfort that you feel, you're creating space for that to have a release, to have an avenue to dissipate. wriggle your fingers and toes. Bringing your feet back on flat to the bolster. And maybe tilting your pelvis back and forwards a couple of times. As you make your way around, come to sitting. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, close your eyes. And feel like your belly, the energy of your pelvis, can look up to the heart like a light shining upwards. And the energy of your heart can look down into the pelvis like a light shining down. Feel the two connect in your torso. And feel that nice grounding energy down into your sit bones. Nice and safe and stable and secure with who you are, where you are, and everything that's delivered to you in this very moment. Your timeline is divine. You are where you're meant to be. Join your palms together. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. Oh, well, that was good because